Two Dutch friends who went missing while hiking in Panama left some haunting photo clues on their phones before their bleached bones were found in the forest. Chris Kremers and Lizanne Frun had traveled to Panama for a part vacation, part service trip, during which they had planned on hiking, touring the country, volunteering with local children, teaching arts and crafts, and learning Spanish. The two students, from Amersfoort in the Netherlands, had been hiking around the jungle for the past 2 weeks and had planned to stay for 4 more weeks with their host family to volunteer at a local school. But after they left the home at around 11 a.m. on April 1, 2014, to take the family's dog on a walk through the forests around the Baru volcano in Bleached, in the province of Chiriquí, in northwestern Panama, they were never seen again. The two students had written on Facebook that they wanted to tour the local village and that before embarking on their hike, they had had brunch with 2 Dutch men. The host family became worried at night time as the dog had returned home safe, but the girls hadn't. The family searched the area around their home but waited until the next morning to alert authorities, after Kremers and Frun missed an appointment with a local tour guide who was supposed to take them on a private walking tour of Bleached. Despite days of searching, the 2 girls weren't found and their families flew to Panama, bringing detectives from the Netherlands with them. They searched the forests for 10 days but couldn't find them, and for weeks no traces of them were found. But as police began to slow their search efforts, a local woman turned in a blue backpack and said she had found it in a rice paddy along the banks of the river. Inside the backpack, there were 2 pairs of sunglasses, $83 in cash, Frun's passport, a water bottle, 2 bras, Frun's camera, and the women's cell phones. After investigating the devices, police discovered that their phones had remained in services for almost 10 days since the pair disappeared. During their time, they had tried contacting both 112, the emergency number in the Netherlands, and 911, the emergency number in Panama, but with no success. In total, the 2 friends had made 77 calls to emergency services, and only one of them managed to go through but broke up after just 2 seconds. Police also discovered that on April 6, several attempts were made to unlock Kremers' phone with an incorrect PIN number, and by April 11, both phones were dead. Officers also found disturbing photo evidence on the camera. On April 1, the pair were pictured on a trail near the Continental Divide, but photos taken between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. on April 8 showed their belongings spread on rocks, plastic bags, candy wrappers, dirt, a mirror, and the back of Kremers' head with what is speculated to be blood leaking from her temple. Police found Kremers' clothing in the area where the backpack had been discovered, and months later, they also found a pelvic bone and a foot, still inside a boot. Then, the bones of the women were discovered, and while Frun's bones seemed to have decomposed naturally, as there were still bits of flesh attached to them. It appeared that Kremers' bones were bleached since their color was stark white. Despite several inquiries, the pair's deaths remained a mystery as there wasn't even enough evidence to establish their cause of death. Dutch authors Marja West and Jurgen Snoren claimed they believed they had solved the mystery in their book Lost in the Jungle. They argue that the deaths were an accident, caused by flash flooding that is common to the area at that time of the year. The authors previously told the Daily Beast. It actually came as a surprise to us too, but our conclusion had to be that it was an accident. It took us quite some time to get there.